How the heck is Harrison going to cope with this for the fifth time at AC this summer? Ugh. Raiders of the Lost Ark, directed by Steven Spielberg, and is the first ever installment of the Indiana Jones franchise. 1981 to 2023. So Raiders tells the story of archaeologist Indiana Jones, or Indy for short, played by Harrison Ford. He's also a college professor, and it goes on a mission with and reunites at the same time with his long time no see partner Marion, played by Karen Allen, to track the legendary Lost Ark in Cairo, Egypt, before the Nazis get to it. It's about damn time I reviewed the Indiana Jones movies on my channel, and you all know the purpose of these reviews, what they lead to. Because the fifth and final Indy movie releases very soon, the Dial of Destiny, or as I like to call it, Dial of Disaster, because who wants to see an 80-year-old Indy, really? But it will still be wonderful to look back on the original four movies, and the Indiana Jones franchise. Well, it is the staple for adventure movies, and other than Jaws and Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones is one of the uh, franchises that's made Spielberg a household name in Hollywood, and as for Raiders, one of the only two Indiana Jones movies that I consider pitch perfect. The first two Indy movies for me are peak Indiana Jones. The other two are more flawed, in my opinion. I know it is divisive which is the greatest Indiana Jones movie. Some fans say Raiders, others say Last Crusade, but I totally agree with all of the acclaim this movie has received for 42 years now. Like, it is a remarkable landmark in cinema history, and a straight up classic from beginning to end. Back in the day when Spielberg never made a bad film, and this was initially going to be titled Indiana Smith, and the idea was conceived by George Lucas, who brought it up to Spielberg. And Spielberg initially wanted to direct a Bond movie, but he never got around to it. So their ideas combined together, and thus Indiana Jones was born. Though Spielberg insisted they change the name from Smith to Jones, as Spielberg hated the surname Smith, and don't blame him. So Indiana Jones became the Bond franchise that Spielberg had always wanted to make it in a way, and uh, this is Harrison Ford's second signature role after Han Solo in Star Wars. Between Han Solo and Indiana Jones, I slightly favor Han Solo, but Indy still one of the most legendary heroes of cinema. I mean, and Spielberg was correct. Harrison Ford was born to play this role. I mean, can you believe Steve Martin and Bill Murray were originally considered for the role of Indy? I'm sorry, but that would have been a joke. But Harrison he was the Chris Pratt of his day, even though he's way too old to play Indy now. But this was when he was the correct age. He owns the screamer with his badassery, and Indy's not just a archaeologist who goes after MacGuffins. They they show a caring side to him, and the relationships that he makes on his adventures. The best of which being, you all know it's Karen Allen as Marion, Indy's first sweetheart and his future wife. Of course, we all know their fate in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but Marion, revolutionized female leads in blockbusters back in the day. She was the first female lead in an action movie to be equal to the male hero. I love that she and Indy go back and have history and a legit banter together, and she even has her bar, and she is as involved in the action and the adventure as Indy is. She is as witty as he is. I mean, heck, she could have been the protagonist if the roles were reversed, and the movie would have turned out exactly the same. And without her, Indy may not have uh, survived this movie. So yeah, Karen Allen is totally awesome in every single scene she's in this movie, and she's so much better here than she is in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I I won't say she's my favorite female lead in Indiana Jones, even though I know you're all going to strongly disagree. We'll get to her in the next review, but still, forever sing Marion's praises. She's my she will always be my favorite Raiders character. Oh, and but also John Rhys Davis as Salazar, Indy's buddy in Cairo. Yeah, he is probably the most charming character in the movie, and his Fez has got style, and even Alfred Molina, Agnar in Frozen 2, Elsa and Anna's father, makes a brief cameo in this movie's opening sequence, though yeah, he does get impaled by the booby traps in the temple in the most gruesome death scene of 1981. And that's what I love about all Bereda's supporting characters. Like Indy, they serve a purpose to the quest for the Ark, each and every one of them. Though the only characters in this movie I don't care for are the antagonists, specifically Belquaz and the Nazis. Yeah, but Belloc is this French architect and Indy's rival. He appears in the opening scene in South America, and then he pursues Indy in the race for the Ark. Spielberg could have developed the villains uh, far, far better here. Like, no idea why he didn't go into detail about why Belloc and the Nazis want the Ark, what's in it for them, and plus the the Nazi villain who's dressed like a hair flick of the Gestapo from a lower low. What a waste of what a waste of a villain. I mean, though the only decent antagonist here is the muscle-bound dude that's Indy and Marion battle alongside the plane in just before the truck chase, and that was the Indy equivalent of Jaws and Mr. Hinks from James Bond. You can see that Indy was tiring faster just going against this guy. I mean, he honestly should have been the main antagonist instead of Belloc, I say. Sadly, the Nazis would become overused in the future Indiana Jones movies. That's one repetitive cliche with them. The opening of Raiders is one of the most iconic landmark movie openings, period. It's impossible not to put that opening on any top 10 movie openings. When Indy and enters the South American temple to retrieve the golden hairs, and then he rushes from the boulder and collects his hat from the closing door. And then there's a snake in the aeroplane. I guess that inspired the movie Snakes on a Plane in a way. So this movie is influential and inspired well plenty of other movies that came after it. But can the rest of the action live up to this timeless opening? Of course it can. Yes, Spielberg keeps the action the action epic and the pace rollicking, even though this is a MacGuffin plot where everybody's going after the Ark. It's a pretty fucking epic one. Like you've got the fight in Marion's bar in the Himalayas, where the bar is consumed by flames, and then the truck chase, which is my absolute favorite action scene here. And you'd think that would be the finale to the movie, but no, there's just one more when the opening of the arc, when Indy and Marion are both tied, and the souls from the ark are just disintegrates the Nazis like asses, which will give all the kids shivers. I mean, heck, the Nazis deaths in this movie are far more memorable than the characters themselves. And in that third act, it's Indy and Marion that are both tied up, not just Marion. Thank you, Spielberg, for well, not just having the girl be the damsel in distress this time. And yeah, Spielberg hit the nail on the fucking head with all the action in this masterpiece. There is so little CGI, and yet he made action scenes with such a impressive scope for the 80s that at the time the world was not ready for action on that scale. This was the first blockbuster to rival even Star Wars in that, and John Williams is fucking incredible theme for Indiana Jones. Top 5 John Williams scores. Who could ever forget it? Dun 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 dun. Whenever you hear that score, it gets your heart racing, and you just want to put on your Indy hat and get out your whip. And you can see why the Indiana Jones movies mean so much to a lot of people. I mean, heck, even Chris Stuckman made his own Indiana Jones movies with his friends, The Jewel of the Forest and The Eyes of Eternity. I'd recommend you'd watch that video, as it's one of Chris Stuckman's best videos on his channel, and also the Lego Indiana Jones Original Adventures game. Classic Lego game, though Lego Indiana Jones 2 kind of sucked. And oh, and as for the school scenes where Indy is the professor teaching, they are flawlessly paced, never dragged, and no, you do have the female students going goo-goo-eyed for Indy. That's kind of pedophilia, but damn, Indy gets some lots more holidays off for teaching than most professors would with all his adventures. So overall, yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is grand cinematic accomplishment and a perfect first entry in one of the most iconic action movie franchise that would go on for years after it, and it's probably the second best movie of 1981 for me, second only to Fox and the Hound.
I give Raiders of the Lost Ark 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever.
So yeah, always awesome to go back to the golden age of Spielberg. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Raiders? Is it your favourite Indiana Jones movie, or are there others that you like more? I mean, uh, I think it'll be a battle in the comment section between this and Last Crusade. Please comment and let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you next time when this coming week it is May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day. I will be reviewing only the most ambitious LEGO game ever made to celebrate LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, as it's been a millennia since my previous LEGO game review. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.